Hey guys, it's Danielle with Danielle Gets It Done, and being a mother of a son with ADHD and sensory issues can pose many challenges, many a days. But today, Tanya from Project Happy Home and I are continuing our series on parenting children with complex emotions, and today we're talking all the positives.
Gonna love you, honey, on and on and on. I'm a morning dove singing out a song.
When you're done watching this, be sure to check out Tanya's video, which will be listed below. Her son is 8 and has ADHD, and I can't wait to see if she and I share any similarities. My son is 5. He is not formally diagnosed yet, but every day we're more confident that it's ADHD, sensory processing disorder, and anxiety. And so I'm just gonna list the strong suits that I see in my son. I'm not gonna say I think this is because of ADHD and this is linked to his sensory issues, because I think it's a spectrum and I don't really know where one starts and one ends. So I'm just gonna talk about all the lovely attributes that I see in my son. And the first is he is intuitive, both internally and externally. So internally, I'll tell a quick story that I've told before, but it's been a while and I know I have some new followers. Between the ages of 3 and 4 is when kind of all the trouble started to happen, especially at his preschool, his Montessori. There was a lot of hitting, yelling, not listening, hyperactivity, the whole gamut. And one day he was at the playground with everyone, and he went back to the classroom early with one teacher. I think he had to use the restroom. And historically, going from the playground back to the school after playing was a really difficult transition for James. And he was walking back with the one teacher to use the restroom, and unprovoked, out of the blue, he said to her, "My body feels so peaceful right now," as a 3-year-old. And she said, "Well, why do you think that is?" And he said, "Because I'm alone with one adult and not all the other children." And I love that story. I think it's so cool. As a 3-4-year-old, he knew what his trigger was. Being around all the other children in a transitional time was really difficult to him. And on the flip side, he recognized the different feeling of being calm and peaceful, and then lastly was able to verbalize what he was thinking and feeling, and I think that is so cool. He's also very intuitive externally, meaning he reads others' body language really well. He keeps me in check. He'll say to me, "You look angry right now, why are you sad?" But not just those who he's intimate with. Embarrassingly enough, he'll be like, "Mom, why is that waiter so crabby?" Like, he picks up on how other people might be thinking or feeling based on body language cues that he notices, and I think that's a really cool skill set to have. He's very sensitive. He gets that from his mom. And as a sensitive person, I sometimes just feel so sorry for him that he feels all the feels. I wonder if I wasn't sensitive, if I'd feel bad for him being sensitive. Sensitive problems. But he is sensitive. He just feels lots of feelings. The cool thing about that, though, is his sensitiveness, along with his ability to read other people's emotions, makes him very empathetic. So he'll notice someone is sad and he knows what it's like to be sad because he is sensitive, and then he'll display empathy toward that person. And I think out of everything, I am most proud of this characteristic of him, because I think this world needs a lot more empathy and a lot more empathetic people, and I think it's really cool that that is part of his character, and I hope that we continue to cultivate that. He is cuddly. He is very, very, very cuddly, and it's weird because, and I'd like to know if anyone else has experienced this, but as a baby, he was not cuddly at all. It was like, give me some milk and then I'm out. Nurse and then peace out, I don't want to touch you. But as a toddler and preschooler, he is very, very touchy-feely to the point where it's a little too much. Like, we need to talk about personal space and boundaries. So, but it is nice to have your son cuddle with you every day. It's special, but it's annoying. Okay, this next thing, I honestly don't know if it has anything to do with ADHD or anything like that, and I don't even know if it's extraordinary. Maybe all kids are like this. But he seems to have an engineer's mind. Engineering runs, I come from a long line of engineers. I'm not one, clearly. But he seems to understand whole systems well. He seems to understand the big picture and how everything works together in a way that impresses me for his age. I guess the only example I can think of really quickly is he had a plastic toy car and the wheels were jammed, the wheels weren't working, and he said, the wheels aren't working, but it's not the wheels that are broken, it's the axle. And what I found remarkable about that is you can't see the axle. Like, the plastic is covering the whole inside of the car, but he intuitively knew there was an axle under that plastic because he had probably seen it before, and he knew that it wasn't actually the wheels that were the problem. It was the axle, the hidden axle connected to the wheels. He just understood that whole big picture, and I think that's really cool. He also has a strong vocabulary. He's really a strong communicator. And this one, I have a third party to back me up, not just bragging on my son like I am in the whole rest of this video. We had to get his IQ tested, and it came out pretty average, but the communication part, or whatever that part is called, he scored really strongly. So, and I kind of gave examples throughout what I've been saying so far about his communication. He gets his point across. He doesn't get it from me. He gets his point across eloquently for a 5-year-old, I would say, and that's kind of cute to see. The last thing I'm gonna say is probably breaking the rules because it's so freaking annoying, and that is, and I think this attribute is pretty universal of children with ADHD. Could be totally wrong, but I don't think so. And that is, he is very strong-willed and, may I say, stubborn. And he just, if he thinks he's right, he will dig in his heels. He will not even talk to you or reason with you about a different idea. He is right, you are wrong, and if you don't give in to him being right, you are serving him a great injustice. He just has that integrity of him being right, and it is so annoying, and honestly, nothing good comes of it that I can see at this age of 5. It's very, very frustrating on a daily basis, but I guess I wanted to share it in this video of talking about the positives because I have the foresight and hope that this stubbornness and integrity will serve him well in the future. You know, so many influencers and people who've changed the world have that integrity and dig their heels in when they just have the passion that they are right. And I hope that he continues to cultivate a good moral compass and that skill will serve him well in the future. And to wrap it all up, on the really hard days, which are often, what kind of helps me keep going is to think about all the great people in the world who struggled with things like ADHD as children and as adults, and not in spite of them went on to be great people, but in a lot of times because of them. It's not all hard, it's a hard time. I struggle every day. It's hard to be a mom of a 5-year-old with these issues. It's isolating, it's scary, but on those really scary days, it helps me to think of all the successful people who've made great, amazing changes in the world, who have dealt and deal with these very same issues, and it gives me hope for my son, and I can't help but to be excited to see how this all unfolds for him. I hope you enjoyed this. If you can see, it just puts a smile on my face to talk about what I love about my son. And so whether or not your child has more of a typical brain system or atypical, I'd love for you to leave a comment below about what you love about your son or daughter, because I really am interested in reading it. And like me, I bet it'll put a smile on your face today. Check out Tanya's video, send her some love. And if you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you stick around by hitting that subscribe button. I'm so close to 500 subscribers, which I'm really excited about. And I'm also trying to grow my Instagram. I'd love to connect with you. The handle is the same as my YouTube channel. Send me a DM. I've met a lot of amazing women with sons and daughters like mine, and it's been a great platform to connect on. So please connect with me there. And I hope to see you next time. Whatever your plans are today, I hope you get them done. Bye, guys.
Ooh.